For this month's broadcast, I interviewed Jordan Riley on a lawsuit being filed against my high school and what the public did to combat the negativity. Could you just explain what the lawsuit is?
What I know is that there was a family of African Americans. One of them was a son. He went to Mamaroneck High School. He was a sophomore at the time. And his sister, I think she was in eighth grade. And in the lawsuit, it basically mentions a bunch of specific scenarios and times where both of them had been bullied and called racial slurs. And I know one of them was specifically with the daughter. This was specifically like in a 7th grade science class. And I actually know who it was, the kid that did this. He was with a group of other kids who were white. I don't know the context, but I just know that they said the N-word to the daughter. And she had told her parents about it, and they told the school about it. This is one of many situations that these two children have experienced, but this one was one of the ones that the parents really tried to get attention from the school about. So they emailed the principal. They said, "Don't worry about it. We're handling it," and never did not say anything else. But the parents were still like, "Well, how are you handling it? We want to talk to you about this. We want to like make sure that this kid gets educated." And finally, after months of pestering them, they finally got in the office with the assistant principal or principal, and the principal had said that they were confused because they were like, "Oh, like we already handled this. Like we talked to the perpetrator's family." And they were just like, "Well, you didn't talk to us. You didn't get us involved in this at all. Like we didn't get an apology. We didn't get anything." So that was one of the instances. And they also just talked about the son and how he just went through a lot of bullying, a lot of racial slurs, a lot of people making him feel oppressed. And then it just came to a point where the parents pulled them out of school.
With the high school failing to address the issue at hand and the Black Lives Matter movement on the rise, Jordan and her friend Kayla decide to put together a march to unite their community. Watch as Jordan explains exactly what that experience was like for her. Can you explain what the march was and what it was like to be a part of it?
So made a Facebook group, and the day came, and I just remember like leading up to it when she made that whole information picture of like when the protest was, like all the information, and like so many people reposted it. I just saw it on every single Snapchat story, every Instagram story. It felt surreal. And so the day came. It started at 5. We came at like 4:15, really early. People were already there, and 5 o'clock was coming, and I just remember seeing groups and groups of people quarter mile down, people walking over with all these posters, and I was like, "This is absolutely insane." And I just remember telling Kayla, like, I was like, "Kayla, like, we really did this. Like, all these people are coming." It felt so like, even though there were so many people there, you knew that everyone was so like proud to be there. We all knew that we were doing this for such a bigger purpose. And so then we started to walk. I was at the front with Kayla and Jacinta, and we were all walking together. We were all like screaming chants, screaming. It was just like, absolutely insane to think about. Like, people were following us. And then it just starts raining. I did not think that that day could get more powerful than it did, but it just started raining, and I was like, "Oh yeah, people are gonna leave," and then like no one left. And then we just had a bunch of people, whoever wanted to like talk about anything, any experience they had, get anything off their chest. And no one knew anyone except the people they were with. And everyone just felt so comfortable just like talking about their own experiences, which is beautiful. I remember one of the girls, she like started talking, and she was like, "I don't want to go to school anymore. Like, I just feel really out of place." And like all of us were like, "We'll be your friend. Like, we want to like be here for you." It was really like beautiful, and like at such a time where there was like really no hope. It just felt like my community really made me feel like there is hope, and there is something that is here that I didn't think. So it like gave me more hope for the future.